Otto Wallin wants proof of that shoulder injury. Is it going to make a difference? I don't know. Let's talk about it.
Push the weight in no flex. Alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's go. Boxing scene. Otto wants proof of Whyte's shoulder injury from his doctor. Independent physician. Otto Wallin wants what the heavyweight contender would consider more acceptable answers regarding Dillian Whyte's withdrawal from the fight. Wallin and his team were informed Wednesday morning that Whyte would not be able to fight him October 30th at the O2 Arena in London due to a shoulder injury. A lot of injuries going around, right? Yeah, he sustained it in training. As of Friday afternoon, Wallin and his handlers hadn't heard anything more than the initial information they received Wednesday from Whyte's promotional partners at Matchroom Boxing. Sweden's Wallin stated Friday during a virtual press conference that he wants medical evidence from Whyte's doctor and an independent physician report to support Whyte's injury claim. Makes sense. Wallin wants their 12-round fight for Whyte's WBC interim title to be rescheduled as well. But Whyte and Matchroom are not contractually obligated to reschedule what was widely viewed as a high-risk, low-reward for Whyte. Now, that's interesting. Stop reading for a second. That's interesting because Dan Raphael, someone just sent me this that he said on Twitter, according to Otto Wallin and Dimitri Salita, whom was on my show just last week, and go check it out. Contract rescheduling provision in the event of an injury, which is standard. But it says right here, Wallin wants their 12-round fight for the interim WBC title to be rescheduled as well, but Whyte and Matchroom are not contractually obligated to reschedule what was widely viewed as a high-risk, low-reward bout for Whyte. So here they're saying they're not contractually obligated. Dan Raphael reported that provision is standard. Let me pull up the tweet. I'm not on Twitter. Someone had to send me this. Shout out to my brother Marvel. According to Wallin, Salita, the contract has rescheduling provision in the event of injury, which is standard. Matchroom saying that they're not contractually obligated. So this is crazy. This is crazy. So I don't already, we're knocking heads. I don't know what's happening. London's Whyte might instead move straight to a more lucrative showdown with British superstar Tyson Fury, the unbeaten WBC champion. The WBC hasn't ordered a bout between Fury and Whyte to take place next, but Bob Arum, Fury's co-promoter, told Boxing Scene on Friday that they would be welcome to fight Whyte next for Fury. You know, I text Dimitri Salita 2 days ago, and I said, is there any truth to what's going on with Dillian Whyte? And he says a lot of red flags. That was his response to me, and he sent me a picture of something. You know, I'm not going to share it, but he said there was a lot of red flags, meaning that this guy Whyte might be full of crap. Now, the WBC hasn't ordered the bout between him and Fury, but Bob Arum, this guy, told Boxing Scene that they would be welcome to fight Whyte next. You know, I understand the business of boxing, but you can't make me like it. Now, where all the people shouting for justice for Otto Wallin, look what they're about to do to him. Look at what they're about to do to him. I'm telling you. The WBC has informed Wallin's team that it will not require Whyte to reschedule his fight with Wallin because it was considered a voluntary defense of its interim championship. Look at that. I'm reading this for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. There goes that. An attorney for Wallin also has petitioned the British Boxing Board of Control, to request an independent physical examination of Whyte's injured shoulder. Now, what if they do an independent examination and they find nothing? Does Wallin go ahead and fight Whyte? Or do they just pay Wallin and say, look, take this $2 million step aside money and go sit over there and let us do this in the UK? Oh, wait a minute. Tyson Fury don't have a boxing license in the UK yet. Do y'all remember when Antonio Margarito got caught and Shane Mosley decapitated him? He got knocked out in the fight. Insult to injury, got thrown out of the United States as far as his boxing license is concerned. He had no fighting license in the United States. Where was he fighting? In Mexico. Well, that's strange. I forget how many fights he had after Mosley in Mexico, but he ended up fighting Manny Pacquiao in America, in Texas, I believe. Remember that? How did he get his license? I don't know. Ask Bob Arum, because he's the one that went to Mexico and got him. Anybody cared? Was anyone saying, yo, he's a cheater, keep him out of the sport in America? No, bring him back for this payday. This payday against Manny Pacquiao. Y'all remember that? So here we have Bob Arum. Same thing. Now, last I read, Tyson Fury was facing an 8-year ban if UK finds him guilty. Do not be surprised if Bob Arum pulls some strings and bang, his license pops up in the UK. Don't you just love the business of boxing? Don't you just love it? I don't know if Dillian is injured or not, but we just want to know that we have all the facts. Wallin said during a virtual press conference on Friday, and so far we haven't got any of the facts at all. That's been just a statement saying that he's injured. He had a doctor look at it, but nothing more than that. And so we want to find out all the facts and see if he's injured, and want to talk to the doctor and have an independent doctor look at it. And I feel that that'll be very important. But so far, there's been no effort on their end to help us with that. So we want to find out. This is ridiculous. We want to find out and make sure that this fight gets rescheduled. God, they have no leg to stand on, according to what I just read earlier. These guys are going to go ahead and do what they want to do. Let me scroll down here to see what Dimitri said. As Dimitri said, I was, done packing and everything. Wallin said in reference to his promoter, Dimitri Salita, I was going to head out to the airport, and then we got that extra text saying that, no, don't board the flight because we don't know what's going to happen. Dillian Whyte says he has an injury, and he's going to see a doctor, and we'll know for sure. So it's very frustrating. Look, man, the link is in the description, man. That's the article. And my opinion is toss this up to the business of boxing. It's all about the fans are going to justify what they want. You understand? The fans are going to justify what they want. Not what's right, but what they want. The business of boxing is going to dictate what happens. Otto Wallin, in my opinion, was either going to beat Dillian Whyte down, or if Dillian got to the 12th, they were going to rob Otto Wallin on the cards. All he had to do was survive, because what's the bigger picture? 400 days. Why fight Otto Wallin, who can definitely beat Dillian Whyte, when you can go straight to Fury, and that'll be his farewell match? In the UK, he's going to get his license. It's going to pop up. I have reasonable cause to believe that. He did it for Margarito. Margarito was not fighting in the United States. Next thing you know, he's fighting Pacquiao in the United States. Not in Mexico, in the United States. How'd that happen? He was thrown out of the sport. In America, he was. Where's he going to fight Dillian Whyte? In Dubai? No one cares. Tyson Fury wants his going away fight in his country. You know, the place where he said didn't love him because they didn't treat him well. Is any of this registered? So now you got Otto Wallin, who's done everything right by the book. And Dillian Whyte magically gets a shoulder injury. Everybody's talking, but the guys with the biggest mouths get injured. Oh, but what about Errol Spence? What about him? He went above and beyond. He did what a lot of these other fighters don't do. He showed proof. My eye is injured. Here's a documentation from my doctor. And we all know documentation beats conversation. We all know that, right? Everybody else, hangnail, shoulder, arm. I'm crazy. Salute to Ryan Garcia, right? I'm crazy, but I can't stay off of Twitter. Dillian Whyte, I'll beat this guy. I've been silver champion for this X amount of days. Okay. Now it's time for you to defend against Otto Wallin. My shoulder hurt. Ow. My shoulder. Ow. But according to the rankings and according to popular demand, if you can get that Tyson Fury payday, that's what you want. You don't want to mess around and lose to Otto Wallin. And Otto Wallin said, yo, I get my rematch with Fury, right? Wrong. No, you won't. So now, I want to see if the real supporters of this sport are going to get behind Otto Wallin. Because he's being done an injustice right now. Where's the lie? Does he not deserve this? Y'all go ahead and do what y'all want. Tell me what you think. I just read it. Link will be in the description. Justice for Otto Wallin. Be consistent. Move!